Here we are again. Here we are again. I have to be honest, I for this week I was like, what is the topic? What is it? And oh my gosh, Jeffy is making he's making an espresso while I do this. I will tell you this too, guys. Like last week after I was done, because sometimes this is such a stream of consciousness for me, and at the end of it, I looked at Jeff and I was like, was that good? Did it sound good? And we're in this proximity. We're the only two people here in the office doing what we're doing, and he said, I don't know, I didn't listen. How to have a healthy marriage? You just let that go in one ear and out the other. I know he does kind of listen. Anyway, I'm just thankful to be here communicating with you. I really thought a lot about what's the most important thing in the midst of all this, other than obviously the priority of praying for the people in the front line, the doctors, the people working in hospitals and grocery stores, and people keeping us safe, and the gratitude. I think something that has been so beautiful is seeing the outpouring of people appreciating each other. Sadly, we had lost sight of a lot of that, and I believe that it's going to be moving forward, because we are moving forward, that we will no longer take each other for granted or have the perception of who is valuable based on followers or celebrity or money, because none of it really matters. Now does it? One thing that's really important for everybody is to keep dreaming. To keep dreaming. To keep your thoughts moving forward of what can be. What are the visions of in your heart? Hopefully you're taking time. If you're not somebody who journals, or you've never journaled, or you've never taken the time to write down, I just believe so much in the power of writing things down. As I've said, I have journals and books, and I have two sitting right in front of me, and it's because I see the power that can manifest in harnessing a thought, allowing yourself to see it as something concrete. We're supposed to see things as if they are, and have a vision for things. Keeping a vision in your life is so important. Years ago, we had a model who was so beautiful and so sweet, and she lived with us for a block of time, and I was really trying to help encourage her, and so was Jeff, that there was so much possibility in her life. Up until that point, she hadn't really experienced that. And so sometimes that's an adjustment, is the adjustment to be able to dream and to have a vision. And we have a gazillion magazines, and we had a gazillion magazines and a poster board, and I was like, I have a project for you. Why don't, because one day I had a conversation with her and I said, do you see yourself doing this? Is it within the realm of your mind that this can be a real possibility? And she said no. And I knew that we had done everything that we could do to show her how real it could be, including taking her to New York, to the greatest city in the world. For her to see, this can be yours, and we're going to help you get there. And so I said, I want you to put together a dream board. I want it to represent what you think life could be, or something that would mean a lot to you, or you have all the time in the world. She wasn't in school. She was living and working on her fitness goals and other things, getting ready to go. And the long story short was she never completed the dream board. And I think of that so often because she wouldn't let herself dream. And one of the reasons why I love reading books of, memoirs and biographies of people's lives, when you see people that you have looked up to tremendously and you find out what their upbringing was or what their scenario was, and we could go down the list of super famous people, Oprah and Tyler Perry, and the list goes on, of people who literally had nothing and turned it around in the midst of hardship, in the midst of it. And because I feel like in Jeff and our life, that refines you. It can take you out and make you not dream, or it can do the opposite. It can make you see and believe for more. And then the key obviously is putting the work into it from there. So I want you to keep dreaming. We're still dreaming. That's never going to go away. And that you have that, and no one can take it from you. If you harness it and work, things can manifest. And now more than ever, you have the time to dream if you let yourself do it. And write down ideas and write down goals. So I was looking at my planner that I love, and I opened up March, because obviously we're turning it's going to be April in a couple of days, and I was looking at, wow, look what March was supposed to be. March was supposed to be very different than it actually was. We were slowed down even before all of this happened, because when we were leaving for Paris Fashion Week, Jeff got the flu, and we ended up coming home, and we were kind of self-quarantining for a big block of time, just taking care of him and getting him to feel better. And then we were planning a trip to New York. We canceled the trip to New York. I mean, the list goes on. I'm sure you have a list of things that you were going to do in March, but I was thinking about this, that guess what? Life, whether what's happening right now is happening or just life, you can have the best laid plans of what your calendar looks like, and things can change on a dime. Things can change on a dime. And so, irregardless, we all need to live more fully. We need to live with greater appreciation. We need to live with less comparison. We need to live not thinking that the only way is to have more stuff, or, we need to not consume things on television that are reality shows that rip people apart and then wonder why our kids get bullied at school. We have to fill our tank with good and take the value of what is in this device that we all have. And this has been such a blessing to me, because through Instagram Live, I have grown in the past 2 weeks just by plugging into an incredible woman who does a devotional every morning. And interestingly, this planner that was originally going to be a calendar full of activities and whatever else was going to be happening is now filled with literally pages of notes, of reminders to myself about who God is and how powerful He is, and the importance we have in this life to take care of each other and to love each other, because we're all going to go through stuff. If we're not going through it now, we will eventually. And so this self-serving place that somehow we've ended up at, it has to go. It has to go. And this whole pandemic, I know has shaken us to our core, but at the same time, I've seen beautiful things, and I'm sure you have too, on social media of people doing really wonderful things for each other. Last night we did our normal Sunday thing that's become our fun thing of America's Funniest Home Videos. Jeffy laughing when it turns into a full belly laugh is one of my favorite sounds in the whole world. And he loves some physical humor. But the other thing that I love about that silly little show is that really what it does is it captures these little moments in time with babies and puppies, and there's a lot of tender moments of families and people just living their lives, but living it together with the people that God has put on this earth for them to be around. And that is the most important thing. It's just the most important thing. This planner, I actually talked about it when I created it, back to the whole, if you think that life is going to be a certain thing. And I was like, 2020, I'm sure we all were. 2020, wow, it's a new decade, it's a new this, and it's a new that, and we're so excited. And guys, that has not changed. That has not changed. It's different now, but it has not changed. And I looked at the words. You know I love a good word. So I cut out things that I found. I love collages, they're like my thing. And the words that I have are fearless, which I've had to grapple with this week and learn to put fear underneath me and intentionally put faith ahead of it. And I may have to make that decision several times during the day, but I'm going to keep making that choice. I have 2020 at peace. At peace. Peace in the quiet place. Peace in seeking that time, carving out that time, my alone time with God. Peace in our relationships where you just love each other for where you're at without judgment, without criticism. I read one of my friends posted today on, it was really good on Facebook. Oh dang, I was gonna have it saved it. Okay. A 2015 study found that venting your anger online only makes you angrier. What you focus on expands. Now we can be angry, we can be scared, we could be all kinds of things, but that doesn't help. What helps is prayer for everybody impacted, the daily choice to keep dreaming, to keep believing for more and good things and brighter days ahead. I started doing this thing that when we take Mercy for a walk, we're walking around all these empty businesses to just pray for the businesses, pray for the people that are in there who are at home working. Instead of thinking that you're stuck at home, tell yourself you're safe at home and look at it in a different way. Have a vision for more. Make that decision. I hope that you find peace in this week and things that bring you joy, and that you really will take the time to start to write down some things that you'd love to have or build in the future. And lastly, and most importantly, gratitude for everybody that's around you. We're all doing the best that we can. I love you guys. I hope you have a really good week, and I'll talk to you next Monday.